If AI plus government was running the world, how would it do it? This is a theoretical yet very real, because we're seeing it played out, thing that's happening. Hi, I'm Lyndon Wood. I'm an investor, someone who's spent decades studying money, business, and of course, how power evolves. Today, we're going to explore what happens when artificial intelligence combined with the government take effect to control behavior and extract money automatically. So imagine waking up one morning and realizing that every transaction you make, every mile you drive, every website you visit is monitored. It's scored and taxed in real time. This is the foundation of what is being built now, if not already there. This is why we see things like my favorite subject, digital ID, playing out and looking to be forced upon us in the UK, as well as some other territories. So you don't see it, you don't approve it, it just happens. That's not a future theory, it's already being built. It's piece by piece around the world. So look, it's a fusion of AI and government is just too much power. AI on its own is powerful, the government's of course powerful, and when you combine them, it just creates this monster. And what is made for good is quite often used for bad, as we've seen in many things. And when you combine the AI and government, this is just super bad. This is a monster, because there are some real evil people, and I mean proper evil people out there, where every citizen just becomes a data point, and every data point becomes a potential tax stream, because they can tax your movement, they can tax your food, they can tax how much you buy, and if you want to buy more than your quota of beef, then they may charge you more for it, or tax you more for it, or even stop you buying it altogether. AI gives governments perfect information, where you live, how much you earn, what you buy, your movements, just a lot. It's just too much. It allows them to enforce rules instantly at a click of a button, remove delays because it's all centralized, and make taxation automatic. They just take it from your bank, whether you've got it or not. That's efficiency, of course. That's what's been sold to us. It's better for you, it's quicker, it's this, it's that, it's the other, but it's also total control. It's too much power. And some real example is, of course, the Chinese social credit system. This system scores both individuals and companies based on behavior, financial, legal, and even social. So if you're saying the wrong thing against the government, as we've seen in the UK with thousands of people being arrested for social media posts already, then you will lose your social credit score. That will give you, it's almost like a point system really, that'll give you a certain amount of points that you can use to live your life or move around. It's already there in China. China is the template. And I've said this for many years now across social media, China is the template for the world. So if you miss a tax payment, post something critical online, or fall behind on a loan, your score drops. If you attempt to breach those, you may get arrested, who knows. The result? People have been blocked from buying plane and train tickets, they've refused loans, and even denied jobs. Now, there's one documentary I watched a number of years ago, actually, a 44-year-old Chinese guy challenging kung fu clubs on MMA fights to prove that MMA was better than kung fu. Now, of course, anybody that knows anything about martial arts, kung fu is very traditional. This guy, of course, lost his social credit, he lost his job, he tried to get on a bus, couldn't get on a bus, he lost the place he was renting, had to move into some squalor of a place, 44 years of age, and literally crying his eyes out on camera. Couldn't speak much English, but I could tell he was crying. That's a social credit system, and that's what's being lined up here. Scary? Should be. Now imagine this system powered by global grade AI, where the scoring is invisible, it's automated, and deeply integrated into your financial identity. That gets even more scary. So real-time tax collection. Imagine. The second development is central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. Over 130 countries are exploring them, including the UK, EU, of course China have theirs to a point, and of course the US. India already launched the pilot for its digital rupee, already there. And of course the EU is saying October for theirs. So a CBDC is a digital money issued directly by the state, not by your bank. It allows the government to see every transaction in real time. Combine that with AI, and taxes can be deducted automatically as the point of sale. So at the point of sale, they can just go, right, you've just bought this, so now you're going to pay, of course you've got your VAT and things like this, but there can be carbon taxes, or because you're buying that product, there's a carbon tax on that product for net scam zero and the rest of it. So it can attract additional taxes. It gives them that power at the flick of a switch. This is what people don't understand. It just centralizes everything. So yeah, of course you've got your passport, you've got your driving license, people say, yeah, it's already there. It's not. When it's centralized, it becomes too powerful. No declarations, not allowed to, any declarations, there'd be no disputes, you won't be allowed to dispute it either. So you buy something and your tax is silently removed before it even reaches your account. Even more scary. So this kind of system eliminates tax evasion. That could be a good thing, but also eliminates privacy, autonomy, and your ability to question errors or policy. That's a bad thing, because errors do happen. I've had mistakes made on my tax returns. I've certainly had it in Spain, where they've just basically stolen £74,000 tax money on a deposit I took for a property, and refunded the deposit, but they taxed me. Now I've got to appeal. It takes 18 months. If a government can deduct money automatically, it can also restrict it automatically. So imagine you go to, I mean, we've seen it now, you can only take a certain amount of cash out of the bank. They ask you a gazillion questions. They ask you for proof. I just tell them to stuff it and give me my money. Mostly they do. You know, it's just already there. So HMRC's Connect system, for example, analyzes bank data, property records, and social media to detect inconsistencies. So, as I've already seen, already heard, already read, that if you declare £30,000 a year on your tax return, let's say a self-employed person, yeah, on your social media you're posting first-class flights 3 times a year to Dubai, it'll raise questions. It will be flagged at HMRC. You will be questioned, investigated, and all the rest of it. So they are already doing it. They have teams of people for this. In the US, the IRS has partnered with AI contractors to flag suspicious behavior patterns automatically. You know, this is what they can do now with AI. It's so powerful. It can analyze a gazillion lines of information in seconds. Whereas, of course, as a human being, you can't do that. It takes an army of people. So these systems are marketed as efficiency tools, but they operate quietly, without your knowledge, assigning each person a probability of guilt. So it doesn't mean to say you're guilty. You are probably guilty. It's not innocent until proven guilty anymore. It's flagged until cleared. So, yeah, your rights are just disappearing. Over 1.3 billion citizens now have a biometric digital identity linked to their fingerprints, iris scans, and bank accounts. Even now, you go through the airports. I think it's just been introduced now if you go to Europe, where you have to do the biometrics before you enter a country. So they're collecting your information at a deeper level and, of course, more often. It's required for taxes, welfare, SIM cards, and even healthcare. So when combined with AI, this ID system lets the state track income, spending, and of course benefits them seamlessly. It's efficient, but it means the government can technically block benefits, freeze funds, or withhold refunds instantly. You know, this isn't a good thing, you know. And it's not just people in China. There's corporate social credit systems that rates businesses on behavior, from tax compliance to environmental records. Low-scoring companies can lose licenses, lose government contracts, or find themselves unable to get loans. So we focus a lot on what's in it for us as the people, but look at the corporations. You know, if they're not doing certain things, they could lose a license or lose a government contract, which could be worth millions or even billions. So it's full spectrum control. Economic compliance enforced en masse by an algorithm. That's a scary bit. No longer people, it's algorithm. So, you know, people welcome it. They don't seem to be resisting it. There's of course a proportion of people that are resisting, but there's also a proportion that are going, yeah, it's a good thing. You know, I don't care. You know, it won't be lifelong or whatever, until one day they realise that they can't stop it and all their freedoms are gone. The children, their grandchildren's freedoms are gone. This is how serious and significant it is. Now, when is it likely to come in? Well, I don't know. EU were talking about CBDCs in October. Now, we've got the UK talking about it by 2027 or 2030, but let's see, because there's a massive resistance in the UK. So, you know, you've got to understand these things. So next time you hear the phrase, AI will make government efficient, remember, efficiency can mean faster service or faster control. Okay, there's the difference. Faster service or faster control, or both. And when control is automated, it rarely gives itself back. So as we've seen, when a law or a rule comes in, it's very rarely taken back, very hard to take it back. So I'm Lyndon Wood. If you found this useful, please do subscribe. You don't have to, of course. I do share because I believe in knowledge, and I believe everybody should understand what is going on and the reality of things. And maybe to wake people up. I hate saying wake people up, but you know, there are people that are just oblivious to this or ignorant to it, or maybe complacent. So AI plus government, that's your freedom gone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it's not too scary, but it's very real. Please act.